Let's get into the specifics of the Spalding TF-250. Starting as always with the overall grip and feel of the basketball. You can tell immediately that this ball feels like a good quality made basketball. In that because it's composite leather, you have that classic composite leather kind of cushion and feel on the cover of the basketball. There's a little bit of squeeze, a little bit of cushion to the cover. And yet because this is on the rubber end of the spectrum, there is a little bit of a tackiness, a little bit of a stickiness to the cover as well. It's very good. It feels very well balanced between rubber and composite, though it's obviously rooted in the rubber end of that composite spectrum. So it feels very good in the hand, good quality feeling. The pep is very standard, right? It's pretty flat. That's expected for a composite leather basketball. There is a slight subtle protrusion of the pebbling, but it's very small. It's not really noticeable, but that's okay. That's standard for composite leather. That being said, even though the pebbling is fairly flat, the overall the feel of the basketball, the overall feel of it still feels like good quality composite leather. When we get to the grip channels of this basketball, that's where I was pleasantly surprised. Spalding basketballs, especially Spalding basketballs that are meant to be indoor or outdoor, especially the outdoor basketballs, their grip channels are notorious for being pretty flat, pretty unimpressive, pretty forgettable. Now, I'm personally a huge grip channel guy. Grip channels are usually very important to me. The more pronounced they are, the deeper they are, the more you can feel them in your hand when you catch a ball. Like if you're in a catch and shoot kind of situation, the deeper, more present the grip channels are, the more I like that in a basketball. Spalding usually has pretty flat, forgettable, not really noticeable grip. What's most impressive about the grip channels on this basketball are the rubber inseams on the inside of the grip channels. On most basketballs, especially composite leather basketballs, they all have the rubber inseam inside the grip channels, but a lot of times it's just sort of there because it's supposed to be there and because it adds to the aesthetics of how the basketball looks. But they're not usually actually functional. But with this basketball, they are very functional because the rubber inseams on this basketball are nice and sticky and tacky, and your fingertips naturally stick to them and don't move and slide when they're on them. They're very sticky, very tacky, thus they're very usable. That's just not the case with most rubber inseams on most composite leather basketball. To the point where I'm 5'8", I have the average hand size of a player who's 5'8". I don't really have a need to be able to palm a basketball and hold it by one hand. I like being able to do it, but I don't need it. And with most composite leather basketballs, I can't do that because the cover and the whole basketball itself is usually too, it's too silky and smooth for me to be able to do that. But with this basketball, because of the rubber inseams and how good and tacky they are, it's nothing. It's easy for me to be able to palm this basketball. Now, again, that's not a big deal, but when it comes to me as a player, like I'm a pass first point guard, so I really need and demand precision when it comes to handling the basketball. So as long as your fingertips are touching any part of this rubber inseam, you have very good, precise control of the basketball. That's very rare for traditional composite leather basketballs, even ones that are supposed to be on that rubber end of the spectrum. Now, as this basketball gets broken in over weeks and months, and the cover and the pebbling start to break down a little bit as they're meant to and supposed to with composite leather basketballs, I don't know how that's going to affect the overall grip and feeling of the basketball, but as long as the grip channels retain most of their grippiness and their tackiness, this ball is going to be very good when it comes to control, precise control of handling the basketball.